Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Cinemateq live stream where I'm going to be roasting or maybe praising, complimenting your Letterboxd profiles. This has turned into a bit of a weekly tradition because so many people keep commenting in that goddamn list that I set up that I don't think I'm ever actually going to get to the end of it. So maybe someday soon I'm going to have to start turning these into 3 or 4 hour long live streams. Who knows? It's really up to me and no one else, so I don't know why I'm saying this out loud now. Am I stalling to make sure that the people who have been promised a roast right off the bat are here? Looking at the chat, they are. So I don't need to roast any further, but I do need to set the stage. I need you all to understand my mindset right now, where I'm at mentally. You see, I've had a pretty good day so far. Liverpool won, Brighton lost. I watched some video game streams. I think I applied for a job, but I can't remember. They're probably going to ignore me, though. And that is where my rage is going to come from. You hear my voice drop a little bit there? That's the rage flowing through me. So all of you who have been lining up and thinking to yourselves, oh good, I'm so happy that TJ is going to be roasting me today. I hope that you have sewn your asshole shut because I am going to make you shit yourself with how badly I am going to skewer you on this fucking website. So with that said, I didn't actually expect the intro to get that heated. I didn't script that. I just thought I was going to be like all cool and stuff, and it turned out I'm here for some pain, baby. I hope you guys are too. TJ, thank you version of Michael Douglas Falling Down. Dude, falling down is great. Falling down, Dory, not falling down. Unless there was a sequel that I'm unaware of. He was falling down and then he had fallen down. That actually would be a really good name for that sequel. Except for the fact that Michael Douglas's character died at the end. Anyways, it's time for the roasting. Hello everyone who's joining in. I hope you're here for a good time. I hope you're here and I hope you understand that this is all in just good fun, and if I, destroy you, I'm only doing it because you asked. So, with that said, it's time for me to move on to someone who's been at most of my live streams, someone who's been here for a long time, and naturally that means that I need to put them in the ground. Of course, we are going to be looking at the profile of Damn I'm Good, who's in the chat right now. I think his name is Bonesnap. You can tell because he's been using this stupid fucking icon of a toad with a whole bunch of green shit behind it. Wow, very creative. That must have taken you all of 3 seconds in Paint. Or maybe it took you 2 fucking hours because you don't know anything about graphic design. Anyways, Damn I'm Good, or Bonesnap in the chat, is very much reminding us that the internet is here for slandering others anonymously. But unfortunately, I can't do that because you guys know who I am. So instead, I'm just going to slander this person out in public. And by looking at their favorite films, I think something becomes very clear. I'm going to see if you guys can pick up on it or not. We got Alien, Serenity, Aladdin, and no, that's not the Will Smith Aladdin. This person has at least the smallest bit of taste. And they have Wall-E. And when I look at this, the through line that I see is that this person emotionally matured at the age of 14 and then progressed no further. Every single thing that you have here is something that I would expect a 12-year-old to beg their parents to watch on their birthdays. And I can say that with confidence because I know you fucking did. Beyond that, we have some ridiculous recent activity. Knock at the Cabin, 3 stars? Bullshit. That's not that good of a movie. Operation Fortune, I haven't seen it, but I happen to know it's an Amazon exclusive, so it's probably not a 4-star. You're just really into guys who have shaved their heads for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Oh wait, this is a Guy Ritchie film, huh? I didn't realize that. And Aubrey Plaza is in it? Well, she is now enemy number 1 for all vegans, so weird company you're keeping there, Mr. Bone Snaps. Mr. Damn I'm Goods. What do we got in the films? What are they looking at here? What are we saying? What are we going with? Violent Night, 4 stars? No. Actually, what was the thing that you put in here in the thing? I ranked Black Adam and Thor 4 above Nope. To be clear, Thor 4 being Thor Love and Thunder, the absolute butthole of the MCU. Maybe the gooch? Maybe the taint? Maybe the turd? that came out at the end. But to say that Thor 4 is better than Nope is so egregiously stupid. I'm actually concerned that you may have suffered a head injury recently. Uh, where is Nope in here, by the way? How many stars did you give it? I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. How much should have you... Oh, God. You've rated 25 pages of films? It's like you actually use this website. Okay, so there it is. Thor Love and Thunder. 3 stars. 3 stars. And then the man gave Batman 3.5. Are you kidding me? Boo. Boo. At least you had the decency to give Dune 3.5. But my God. Maybe you're just hard to please. Let's see what the highest first here is. Let's see how hard to please this gentleman actually is. 4.5 stars for 2 vegan documentaries, 3 vegan documentaries, 4 vegan documentaries. You can pick up a theme here, I think. Although I will say I am somewhat impressed that you actually rank documentaries on this site, because one thing that I've noticed out of every single other person who has gone onto the fire on these live streams, they do not give a shit about documentaries. So, you know, at least you've got that going for you. Hey, you got King of Khan here too. Godzilla? 4.5 stars? What? Were you not the person who complained to me about never seeing Godzilla in that fucking movie? Is that what the half-star deduction was for? And the fact that you rated that the same thing as Terminator 2 Judgment Day, a film that I know you love dearly, that's weird. That's a weird thing to me. You know what? 4 stars for Deepwater Horizon, though. That's not bad. That's not bad. Vegan, by the way. I'm just looking at chat and saying that. And for clarity, I know that those are vegan documentaries because I, too, have watched them, and I, too, am a vegan. What else we got going on here? Is there anything? I mean, you know what? I think we're probably going to find, considering the taste that we've seen so far, we're probably going to find the most good material down here at the bottom. Yeah, I mean, 0.5 star for The Room is correct. 0.5 star for The Room is correct. But it's also hilarious. Also hilarious. Don't worry, Anna. Liverpool conceded first and they came back to win. You're going to be fine. Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. Yo, you were 2 kinds off from actually watching a good movie. What else we got? Okay, 1.5 stars for 12 Monkeys is egregious. Like, that's a much better film than 1.5 stars. Terry Gilliam directing, what is it? Bruce Willis, Brad Pitt. Yeah, this movie was adapted from La Jetée, one of the best short films ever. It's one of these films that has, like, really incredible production design. The cinematography is very Gilliam-esque, like, wonderful film, wonderful film. Certainly, I would say heads and shoulders better than Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, for fuck's sakes. What? No. Also, shout out for watching Species 3. I was about to say Species 2. They made a third one? Is that Natasha Henstridge in this too? Or did she have a good sense to, like, not be in this? Oh my God, she is in it. But she's not first billed? I kind of want to roast this movie and leave you alone. Leave your smoking corpse alone. What else? What else? This is pretty much on point, I think. They made 4 Species movies? Get the fuck out of here. And she cameos at the start. Okay, so one of those cameos where it's like a passing of the torch type thing. Like, now you're going to be the actress who's exploited and we asked to take her clothes off all the time. God, all right. Is there anything? I don't know if there's anything else here. Do you have any lists? Ooh, 2023 films ranked. You know what? Yeah. Out of the ones that I've seen, this makes sense. Although, yeah, I would say out of these, yeah, Plane is the best out of all of these. I haven't seen Operation Fortune yet, so that's fine. Ooh, what about 2022 films ranked? The Gray Man? I mean, considering the films you had in your top 4, yeah, I can see why Gray Man would appeal. It's essentially like nostalgic for shitty 90s action films. I'm actually surprised you didn't put Prey number 1, to be totally honest. Yeah. You thought The Lost City was better than Nope? You thought Uncharted was better than Nope? I think that's an even graver sin than some of the other ones you've talked about. Not graver than Thor Love and Thunder, though. Like, objectively, these 2 films should be, like, down here-ish, probably. Batman is way too low. What the hell? Yeah, I mean, I think the Batman's better than Black Adam and Top Gun Maverick and Wakanda Forever and Doctor Strange and Avatar and Prey and I haven't seen the Atom Project and the Bullet Train. TJ and Top Form Tonight. I don't know about that. I've been really tired all day and I just came to life, and so I do not know how long this high is going to last, but I'm going to ride this wave as long as I fucking can. And for those of you who are watching and you're wondering how you can in fact be roasted, you will notice that there is a link in the description box below. Comment in that list. You'll get in the list. If you're commenting in that list for the first time right now, you will not be roasted today unless you throw me a super chat, give me your Letterboxd, and then we will do your profile next. But yeah. There's I don't think there's anything left here to do. I think that I have warmed my hands over this smoldering corpse long enough, and I need to move on and maybe look back at the chat. Wait, what about Aubrey Plaza being enemy number one of vegans? Was it for that milk commercial she did? Yeah, that's it exactly. She was getting dragged, and like she got dragged real hard in the comments for that video, and she's now turned off like comments, I think, on that video and on her Instagram. Not saying that cyberbullying is a good thing, but when you're making fun of like a plant-based initiative that's meant to end suffering and, you know, save the planet, it's not a good look. Wow, I just watched Alien for the first time and I think I forgot to breathe for 2 hours. All right. First of all, and this isn't the first thing because I didn't say this right off the bat, happy Alien Day, everyone. And if you don't know why it's Alien Day, you're just not a fan. But the first Alien is stupendous. And I've said this before, but I'll say it to all the people who perhaps haven't seen me live before or haven't seen me say this. The first Alien has remarkably crystal clear cinematography. That's a movie that you can watch. You will never see an image be improperly out of focus. There is no searching on rack focus shots. It's just bang bang and it's good. And the focus is just flawless the whole time. It's the only time I've ever seen flawless focus in a film. Just front to back. It's incredible. It's an incredible achievement, and I think that it is I think it needs to be talked about more in that sense, because I think a lot of people just say like, oh, it's monster design, it's production design, it's this, it's that. And I think we need to pay attention to the cinematography in Alien. It is, from a technical standpoint, remarkably good. Okay, I'm just looking at this next one that I'm going to be roasting. Another person who's been a member of the Cinemateq community for a long time. Also, I just want to say thank you to the Movie Squad for subscribing. Really appreciate that. And one other quick reminder, I have a Patreon, and if you would like to help donate and support the channel, please go do so over there. The Patreon exclusive live stream where I rank all of the films that I see in the previous month is going to be happening this Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to go see that, join up on Patreon. Okay, so this one's going to be tough. This one's going to be tough to do. This next one. Because I respect films here, and I haven't seen a couple of them. So I'm looking for the thread. The thread is important. And for those of you saying to yourselves, why the fuck didn't he find the thread before he went live? I find it's more interesting to do these like right off the top of my head. So I'm going to keep doing that. But what do I say? Okay, I'm just going to expose who I'm looking at. It's Josie. It's Josephine DeMarco. You can see her in the chat right now. And I think in your comment, you're like, okay, you were just saying roast me, damn it. But you said something, maybe you said something in chat about your lists. You want me to roast your lists instead? Well, first of all, Josie, if that is your real name, where are your pussycats? They can't save you now. I will not be looking at your list right off the bat because I probably have things to say about Spirited Away. What the fuck am I going to say about Spirited Away? Honestly, the only thing that comes to mind when I look at this and I feel like an asshole is just like, oh, look at how quirky these things are. You must be so quirky in real life. You've got quirks and quarks maybe. Are you a physicist? Like, I literally don't know what to say about these favorite films. I haven't seen Holy Mountain. I haven't seen Three Colors Red. Spirited Away is a fantastic film. The Royal Tenenbaums is like, you know, at one point in time was the best Wes Anderson film, but then he made another one and that was no longer the case. So I guess I kind of do need to look at the lists. Remember to roast my list, not my ratings. Right. So, but none of these are ranked. So what am I supposed to do with these? Like argue as to whether or not these are good animation alternatives? Because I've only heard of two of them. So yeah, I think those are good alternatives. Wait, what is this thing with the skull Nazi? Flying Phantom ship. Okay. For clarity, I have seen An American Tale, and I know about Godfathers, or Tokyo Godfathers, excuse me. The other ones of these, I don't know really anything about. First time watches 2023. Yes, old people can have beautiful love too. No, they can't. Don Juan DeMarco. Wait, isn't that your last name? Did you only watch this movie because your last name is in it? Who's Don Juan in this? Oh, it's Johnny Depp and Marlon Brando and Faye Dunaway? What? That's not Faye Dunaway, though. That's who we're talking about. Wow, Don Juan DeMarco is her second most popular film. What a career. I have no idea what that is. Old People Can Have Beautiful Love 2. Spider-Man. Man, that's some sick shit because Uncle Ben dies in that. That's not love, that's just death. You're a sicko, Josephine. An absolute sicko. Celebrate Earth Day. Yo. Okay, you know what? I'm probably just going to have to go ahead and compliment this one and not try to like faux roast it anymore. Because Josephine's got a Canadian film in here, an indigenous film from Canada called Intern Joat the Fast Runner, which is like a Canadian epic that was literally shot on DV tape that won the Camera d'Or at Cannes like in 2001, I think. So for any single person in here who's thought to themselves, oh, I can't make a great film on a DV tape, guess what? There already is one. And the fact that you think you can't just means you're fucking lazy. I don't know how I'm supposed to celebrate Earth Day with The Edge, the wilderness thriller starring Alec Baldwin and Sir Anthony Hopkins, especially when they're celebrating Earth Day by fucking killing a bear, apparently. That doesn't really sound like celebrating Earth Day to me. Oakjaw, once again, because I would consider this a vegan film. Like, it's so goddamn depressing. And so unless you're able to come away with it by learning the lesson that, like, meat production is bad, I don't know if that's really a celebrating Earth Day. I don't think anyone wakes up in the morning and says, you know what? I'm really happy with where the world is right now, so I'm going to make myself super depressed by watching Oakjaw. My God, if there ever is going to be a film that makes me cry, it's probably going to be watching Oakjaw for like the third or fourth time. Ugh. That film just gets me right in the feels. Favorite Afterlife movies? Is Tommyknockers in here? Wait, no, that's not Afterlife, is it? No, I'm thinking of that other one. The one that was remade. Flatliners. Why isn't Flatliners here? Canadians all over the world are pissed. I think the first one has Kiefer Sutherland in it. I think the second one has Sarah Polley in it, maybe? Or Elliot Page? Canadians everywhere are pissed, is what I'm trying to say, by the exclusion. The exclusion of Flatliners on this list. How dare you? How dare you? Superb satires. I'm not going to go through all of these, obviously. An eclectic mix of coming-of-age films. Best Friends Fall in Love. I think we might have a hopeless romantic on our hands. TJ, how often do you cry from films? I don't. I don't think I ever have. I've come close on a few occasions, but it's not something that I do. I think it's partially because I've liked this live stream, and that's one of the reasons why I don't cry when I watch movies. It's just from liking this live stream. So if you never want to cry during a movie again, you know what to do. But also because I've gone to a film school, spent a lot of time there just watching films, deconstructing films, understanding how they're made, how they're put together, and how filmmakers can manipulate your emotions in different ways. That's kind of taken me out of that ability to cry, because I know when filmmakers are trying to get me to cry, and it kind of like takes me out of it a little bit. Although if you put a saxophone in the soundtrack, there is a strong possibility that I'm going to shed a tear. Almost. Okay, Josie, I think that's about all I can do here, because I don't see a lot of stuff bad or wrong. I think you did good. You could definitely have more things in your thing. You only got like 165 films. That's ridiculous. That's so low. You're following more people than there are films. That's a cardinal sin. I only cried during a movie about 3 times in my lifetime. Yeah. Sadly, I can never watch this live stream live because it's midnight in Europe. Well, it's going to be here forever and ever for you to watch it again. But thank you for joining us right now, even though it's a late one. All right, so Josie, that's the best I can do for you. I'm sorry. I know you might have been expecting more of a roast, but sometimes if I can't find the thread, I just have to compliment you. Only cry. Oh wait. All I can imagine now is you crying to Baker Street. Wait, what the fuck is Baker Street? What? Is that like a Sherlock Holmes type thing? Oh, Brent, I'm glad you liked your roast. Good. Where am I in the Q username? I have no idea. Meanwhile, I have list ranking the Saw franchises. Wait, why is that plural? Are there multiple Saw franchises? I wouldn't doubt it at this point. There are multiple franchises of like different horror things, which is weird. Baker Street is a famous song featuring a saxophone. Ooh. Yeah, I might cry during that. My mom complimented you on your roasting. She was like, "Nobody roast my baby." I mean, sometimes I can pull something out of my ass and I can really go after someone if I can figure out like that good through line, but sometimes it just don't work. Some people are unroastable. Actually, I don't think that's true. All right. So, speaking of unroastable, let's see if good old Jed is or is not. And I always like to just start off by focusing in on people's profile pictures. This is, of course, Jack Lemmon, I think, from the movie The Apartment, which means you have chosen someone who regularly gives his apartment over for other people to have sex in it, which is a weird person to idolize to the point that you want them to be the public face of your online persona. I don't know what the online digital version of you doing this is. Maybe you organize online threesomes but don't participate. It's a weird thing. Another weird thing, Jed, is the fact that you link out to capitalism.com. What do you think is going to happen if I click on capitalism.com? Am I just inviting a virus onto my computer? I'm willing to find out. Oh my God, it's an actual website where fucking assholes try to take your money because they're trying to trick you into becoming billionaires. What? Oh yeah, free courses to make your first million, I'm fucking sure. Ooh, and they've got a podcast. I bet all of the sponsors are Bitcoin bullshit. Okay. Well, enough of that. I now feel dirty. I need to take a shower, and I'll do that tomorrow, probably. So what do we got going on here with Mr. Capitalism? And this is actually a fascinating thing to discover about somebody, because after they link out to something that is clearly a fucking scam, clearly a scam. Let me underline it. Let me underline that as much as I can for any of you who just saw that website and thought to yourselves, hey, I wouldn't mind some free courses to become a millionaire. It's a fucking scam. And so it's strange to me that someone who is linking out to a scam would have a fairly interesting and diverse and even more so international favorite film list. You've got Nobody Knows, which I believe is a South Korean film. Just going to confirm that. By Hirokazu Koreeda. Never mind. It's Japanese. And then you have, what else? Satan Tango, which is Argentinian? German? Close. If you know about Nazi movement at the end of World War II, you know what I'm saying. And then Kawaden, which is a horror film from Japan, a seminal film from 1964. And then Napoleon from 1927. Is this the Abel Gance? Yeah, the Abel Gance Napoleon silent film. My God. The amount of times I thought I would see this film in someone's top 4 was absolutely 0. Probably -1. You know what? I should have stuck with the absolute 0 joke, because then I could have made a joke about like the heat death of the universe or something like that. Anyways, so I think the biggest thing about this profile is just the fucking contrast at play here. Linking out to a scammy capitalism website and then having like art film just here on display from all over the world and all different all different times. Like if you have capitalism.com as your link out on your profile, then your favorite films should probably all be Michael Bay movies. What the fuck is this? I don't know. I don't know what this is. I don't know what to do anymore. Maybe I can pull something from their watch list that will convince them to no longer have capitalism.com as their link. And I have seen none of these. So that's not going to be something I can do. Although I imagine if you were to watch A Separation, you would be less cool. You'd be less cool with that. Also, shout out to Seconds for the $5 donation. I'm going to be roasting you next. So thank you very much. I guess maybe we'll just check out the films from this person real quick. I think I've probably done enough on this. Oh, Brent, you're making a good point. This person's top 4 wouldn't be Michael Bay. It would be Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps, Wolf of Wall Street, and Money Plane. Auto do Capitazia is pretty anti-capitalist, IMO. All right, then that's the one you're gonna watch, Jed, if that is your real name. So what's he got on the low end? He gave B movie a half star, but also a heart, which means that he loves it. Weird. And then I think a lot of these other ones are pretty much on point with what you would consider to be pretty bad movies. Although I think the original Spider-Man 2 is worth more than a star and a half, in my mind. Probably one of the better superhero sequels we've ever really had. And I think at the time, and I think still to this day, I consider Spider-Man 2 to be the best film of that original Raimi trilogy. Not a lot else here that I would really get upset with, or that would leave me frothing and foaming at the mouth with rabies. Film rabies. Let's take a look at the top 5. Yeah, you see, okay, this is the wild thing. Dude's got like pretty much every film in the Criterion Collection on top with 5 stars. Like Great Dictator, that's in the collection. Kawaiden's in the collection. Tampopo is. War and Peace, I think, is. Solaris is. I don't think Metropolis was ever put in. In the Mood for Love is. 8.5 is. Brighter Summer Day is. Like, yeah, a lot of Criterion stuff here. And yet he loves money. I guess maybe you need a lot of money to watch these many films from the Criterion Collection. Maybe that's the connection. Spider-Man 2 is 5 out of 5. Thank you very much, Eli, for the backup. 13 films in the watch list is some serious restraint. I seriously stack mine. Yeah, I do the same thing. Although maybe the person just actually watches films in their watch list, right? I know I sure don't. I'm just keeping them there for a rainy day. And there's going to be a lot of rainy days coming up where I live, so maybe it'll be time. All right, Mr. Capitalist. I think that's enough for you. I think that's all I got. So hopefully you feel satisfied with your roast. Please stop linking out to scams. So I got to set up this next one because, as I said, if you pay, you jump the line. So let's see what we're going to be working with here. And usually when I see these, ooh, wait, is this the right one? Can you confirm, Seconds, that your icon is of Brad Pitt and that you put your whole ass goddamn what? There's no way. Is that an actual address? What is this address? Oh, it's the Walter White house. Wait, okay. So can you please confirm that you set your location as Walter White's house? How does the line work? What do you mean, how does the line work? You mean like the order of roasting? I go through it in chronological order based on when people comment, and then people can jump the line with super chats. So I'm essentially a 2-tiered healthcare system, like in America. Hello, TJ. Hello, everyone. I couldn't join the live streams for a while because I had emergency surgery, but now that I'm in recovery, I'm glad to be back. Shin Queen, glad to have you back. Great to hear that you're feeling better, and I hope that your recovery continues and you feel awesome. Okay, now that I've said something nice, I feel the need to say something mean. So now we are going to roast Sam. Sam, who is so in need of attention, he needed to pay me $5 to roast his ass. And First of all, we can start off with a little bit of truth. Sam here says in their bio they have the most basic ass Letterboxd account, and of course, they have to underline that fact with fucking Brad Pitt with his little blonde hairs from what I can only assume is Ocean's 11. My God, could it be any more basic than this? Maybe if you had him like shaking hands with George Clooney from this exact same film, you could have gotten a bit more basic. But then what do we have? What do we have in the favorite films? More basic shit. Although I do see someone in here saying that Creep is underrated. Perhaps. And in a basic profile, I wouldn't expect to see Creep here. But would I expect to see One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Little Miss Sunshine, and Do the Right Thing? Absolutely. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest tells me that one day you were watching HBO, your dad probably had on a good movie, he fell asleep because he works really hard to support you, and then all of a sudden One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest comes on and you just sat there and watched it. And then Little Miss Sunshine honestly could have been the exact same situation. Do the Right Thing probably needed to be given to you, being like, hey man, you know what's really cool about movies? Sometimes black people are in them. And you were like, what? That's not true. And then they gave you this movie and you were like, oh my God, that is true. Wild. And really that was more of just a criticism of movies in general. But, you know, considering you down here have other incredible films like Goodfellas, Human Centipede 3, Suicide Squad, and a series of unfortunate events, films that are notable for their having not black people in them, maybe that's how that conversation went. But what else do we got going on here? I just feel the need. I just gotta look at the watch list. Gotta look at the watch list. Sunset Boulevard. You should probably watch that. You probably should. The Celebration. Also, you should watch that. Wait, what is this Scooby-Doo? What the hell is this? Why does it? The Scooby-Doo Project? They did a Blair Witch version of Scooby-Doo? Yo, I want to watch that. All right, should I be looking for embarrassing things in here or like trying to give this person recommendations? Wait, what is that? Oh, November. That's a shitty way of writing November. Another round also. So you're like, you want to see stuff by Thomas Vinterberg, right? Because you also had The Celebration in there. Yeah, watch Thomas Vinterberg films. Except the movie he did for a sub. You know, he did a sub movie that I saw at TIFF a few years ago. It's not that great. Pretty basic ass sub movie, which maybe means it's right up your alley. Maybe give that a try. What else? I know for a fact that as soon as you watch Black Klansman, that's going in your top 4. Oh God. Yeah, still seeing just lots of white people. Ooh, Memories of a Murder. Memories of a Murder. Please watch that. Oh, November is an amazing movie from Estonia. Nice. All right. I think I just need to look at your full-on films, see what's going on in here. Lowest first is Green Book on the list. Jeez. Yo. Encanto, a half star? Are you fucking sure? Okay. I need to relate something to you guys. I once used to review films on TikTok and on YouTube. I have a short review of Encanto on this channel right now where I give it like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Look at the fucking comments. I got roasted. I got full ass roasted by so many people who were like, you fucking asshole, you racist white dude, fuck you. You don't understand culture from South America. And like, I gave it a 6.5. You gave it a half star. How are you still alive? Also, straight up, 1 star for The Last Jedi is like just so stupid. It's just so stupid. It's at least a 3.5. It is by far one of the best Star Wars. Actually, it is the best Star Wars film of the last 10 years, easily. Giving it a 1 star, that's just like getting caught up in internet bullshit nonsense. Don't let other people decide your opinion for you because they're real mad about, like, I don't know, someone kissing who shouldn't kiss or some shit like that. It's a good goddamn movie. God damn it. What else we got here? Anything that jumps out? Musical bad, movie good. Wait, what? The hell are you talking about? Nobody talk about TJ roast. Oh, I see what you're saying there, Dory. I get it. I get it. All right, let's go high because there might be some ridiculous stuff here. What? What is this? What is this? What is Lego The Adventures of Clutch Powers, and why the fuck is it a 5-star thing? What is this? The first full-length Lego movie. This looks like it's going to be cut up into 3 episodes and shown on Nickelodeon at any fucking second. What is this? What? Yeah, Lego films are goated, but like, what is this? Clutch Powers? How do people know about this? What is going on here? I thought the first Lego movie was the Lego movie. Man, maybe I'm just like not from that generation. Maybe I'm too old to know about this. It baffles me how love the sequels, but call the prequels the worst thing they've ever laid their eyes on. Look. I've said this before. The Star Wars sequel trilogy is very inconsistent. The prequel trilogy is very consistent. Consistently not good. I think that Last Jedi is the 3rd to 4th best Star Wars film. You know, just in general, out of the, 10 that we've gotten? 11 that we've gotten? And the prequel trilogy are all just like on the low end. Just low end nonsense. But what else do we have here at the very top end? What are the 5 stars? What are the interesting 5 stars? Shutter Island, interesting. All 3 Lord of the Rings. Let's be real. Return of the King should be a drop lower. It's got too many false endings. You just get exhausted as a viewer watching that. Aside from that, though, I'm not seeing anything here that jumps out as being like egregious. I like how you got Speed here. I like how you got Speed at 4 stars. Very nice. Also, thank you very much to Chunking7 and TM coming through with some more super chats. I appreciate the hell out of that. Thank you very much. I'll be roasting you in just a second. But what is there? What else is here? I think really the only thing you could see here as being like weird is just when you start comparing things, right? Like saying that Speed is a 4-star and saying that A Trip to the Moon is a 4-star. Like, it's hard for me to think of A Trip to the Moon in terms of even star ratings because it's such a seminal classic of film. Also, The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey is not a 4-star movie, especially not if Speed is a 4-star movie. Speed is excellent. I put Speed in like my top films of all time list, which I still can't believe I did, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, it actually deserves to be there. It's one of those action movies that transcends the genre and is just pure cinema, kind of like The Rock as well. I am no fan of Michael Bay, but I have no problem putting The Rock in like the top 50 to 100 movies ever made. That movie fucking rules. Whoa, all right. I was about to lose my voice. That's not what I'm doing today. Well, okay, Sam. There's your roast. I hope that was to your liking. I hope that was to your liking. Oh man, now we got other people coming through too. I hope I can. Let's see what else we got. Chunking7. I don't think there was a super chat before that, right? No, we started out with seconds. Okay, so this is going to be the roast of Benjamin. Interesting. Ooh, they've got a bio I can read. Good. I'm not going to read that out loud. Yeah, I'm going to read it quietly while I also talk, which is very difficult to do, actually, if you've never done it before. Oh, okay. That's a weird thing. Just what I wanted. Thank you. No problem, man. Anything else that will stop this elevator from falling? Yeah, the basement. We're going to try to prevent that from happening, detective or officer. Okay. Wait, what is this? Oh, interesting. Very Officer Travis. I'm sorry. The roast of Benjamin. Should I start calling them that? This is the roast of Benjamin. This is the roast of Damn I'm Good. I haven't seen the new Evil Dead, so I have no thoughts on it yet. But if you do have thoughts on it, please keep them spoiler free, as it is a fairly new movie still. All right. All right. Once again, this is not going to be easy, but we're going to try our best. We're going to try our best. And by we, I mean me. I'm not a royalty. Although if I were, I would ask you to please like this live stream for the royalty, you know, for the monarch, for the patriarch. Will King Charles be a monarch when he is coronated? Or will he be considered a patriarch? No, because patriarch and matriarch are the same thing. Monarch is something else. Monarch is not gendered. Okay. Welcome to Grammar with TJ. And now we roast Benjamin. And look, isn't it so nice of him to get me in the mood by showing an angry Toshiro Mifune from Seven Samurai just yelling his fucking lungs out? Fantastic. And then he tries to balance it all off by having Bruce Lee looking cool as shit in his profile picture. But don't worry, Benjamin, I'm not fooled by this at all. You're not as cool as Bruce Lee, and I can prove it. You got a couple of just basic ass films in here. It's a Wonderful Life, Benjamin. It's a Wonderful Life, Benjamin. Is it? Is it a Wonderful Life, Benjamin? No, I do not think that it is. And throwing in the most basic Christmas movie that has ever fucking existed into your top 4 does not make it a Wonderful Life, actually. That says to me that you are very much easy to brainwash. If I wanted to change your opinion on something, I would just need to say the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and then you would think that it's the best thing in the world. That said, I hope you didn't do that with The Irishman, because you would be wasting a hell of a lot of goddamn time. The only time I ever need to see 80-year-olds pretend to be 60-year-olds is absolutely never. And the only time I need to see 80-year-olds pretending to be 60-year-olds and yet can still somehow walk and fight like 80-year-olds is also never. The absolute audacity of Martin Scorsese to take a look at all of his old-ass friends and say, yeah, these guys could pull off gangsters in their 20s. We just need computer graphics to make it better. If you're gonna do that, make an actual animated film so they don't have to, like, putz around like a couple of great-grandfathers like they probably are at this point. How old is Robert De Niro? Should he be walking around trying to pretend to be a tough guy at this point of his career? Probably not. Seven Samurai is sick, though. And so is The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. The Irishman is a masterpiece and it's Scorsese's best work. You trying to throw lighter fluid on this fire, friendo? Excuse me? Ooh. Okay. Martin Scorsese has directed a number of excellent films. A number of them. A number of excellent films. Here are all of the Martin Scorsese films that are better than The Irishman. Goodfellas, The Wolf of Wall Street, Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, Casino, Gangs of New York, Hugo, The Aviator, Cape Fear, Mean Streets, The Last Temptation of Christ. Probably Killers of the Flower Moon. It's not even out yet. And then beyond that, probably not anything. To declare The Irishman as Scorsese's masterwork is a serious blow to any sort of credibility that I would bestow upon you, because it is flatly not that thing. It is not that, well, I don't want to get too much into that, but it is not his masterpiece. Guy directed masterpieces out his ass when I was like 7 years old. Irishman ain't it. You're right. The Irishman doesn't even compare to Goodfellas, because Goodfellas is way better. All right, we're not going to argue about this. You do have here in your bio that your favorite director is Akira Kurosawa, and your favorite scene is the train scene in High and Low, which is cool. It's not in your top 4. Kind of weird. I think if you actually had High and Low in here over It's a Wonderful Life, I would have had much less to say about it, or even over The Irishman for that matter. And then your favorite ending is It's a Wonderful Life, which kind of just says you like to feel good after movies, which is a weird thing for me because I tend to go to a lot of films, and you can check my diary on Letterboxd for this. I go to a lot of films where I feel like shit afterwards. I am just extremely depressed after I watch a lot of movies. And they're great. That's what I love the most. Feeling depressed after watching a movie. So I do not relate to that at all. What do we got? You don't have a watch list up, right? Oh yeah, there we go. I'm gonna try and give you a couple of recommendations based off your watch list, stuff that you can put to the very front, because you did in fact donate to the super chat for this roast, and I appreciate that. Okay. My dude. Your name's Sam, right? No. Who is this? Benjamin. My dude. Escape from New York. Why are you even on this live stream? Go watch Escape from New York right fucking now. Just go do it. Please go do it. It is one of the best films from John Carpenter. Incredible soundtrack, wonderful performance from Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken. He does not give a fuck. Also, you know what? I like you now because you actually have The Lower Depths by Kurosawa in your watch list. I wrote an essay about this movie in university. And if you ever get the chance, I don't even know if it's still out there, if they still sell it, but Criterion put out a dual DVD for Kurosawa's Lower Depths and Jean Renoir's Lower Depths. They both adapt the same play that was written by Gorky, I think, is a Russian playwright. And it's a fascinating comparison. It really nails home just how different directing styles can be between two very self-assured directors like Renoir and Kurosawa. Also, Dial M for Murder is awesome. I think that's kind of an underrated Hitchcock film, personally. One time I tried to watch it in 3D and the guy behind me wouldn't shut the fuck up, and then I told him to be quiet, and then he started yelling at me, telling me that I was being the loud one. So then I just left and I called him an asshole. True story. What else we got here? Yo, witness for the prosecution. Billy Wilder is a name that you should all know, a director that you should all know. Sunset Boulevard, The Apartment, Double Indemnity, Some Like It Hot. Like, look at that right there. As a top four, you could probably make an argument for each one being like one of the best films of the decade that they came out in. Like The Apartment, 1960s, Sunset Boulevard, 1950, Double Indemnity in the 40s. Very important American cinema this man was making almost all the time. And Witness for the Prosecution, even though it's there as one of the more popular ones, is not that well known. It's got Tyrone Power in probably the only role that he's known for outside of the original Nightmare Alley. Charles Laughton is super old in it, and he goes hard as a lawyer. And you have Marlene Dietrich in this, near the tail end of her career, but still playing that kind of sensual woman, and is great. It's great. I think this is kind of an underrated film, and I wish more people would see it. So you should watch it, and everyone else watching this live stream should watch it. Absolutely, for sure. Sorry. I just noticed the diamond in the rough on this page that is the original Mortal Kombat film from 1995. You desperately want to watch like The Great Silence, The Conversation, The Bitter Rice, Andrei Rublev, Satan Tango, and then also Mortal Kombat? Also Mortal Kombat. You know what? It has the best use of a Napalm Death song in the history of cinema, so I'll give it credit for that. Excuse me. I think that's about all I can do for you, Benjamin. Although we'll take a quick look at your lowest. See if there's anything redonkulous here. I mean, you go pretty hard on on middling American films, which I appreciate. You know, you got Spirited down here, Free Guy down here. I think Free Guy, maybe that's a little too low. Free Guy's not that bad of a film. What? Children of Men, half star? Are you on crack cocaine? Were you on crack cocaine? Are you currently on crack cocaine? Yo, change this. Quick, everyone, get in the chat and bully him to change it. This is not cool. This is not cool. And without any explanation, what? Are you allergic to incredible cinematography and fantastic world building? What in the fuck, dude? You think that Thor the Dark World is a better film than Children of Men? I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. I think I might be getting some of those film rabies I was talking about before. Is this what real rage feels like? Am I about to turn into the Incredible Hulk? God damn, dude. Fuck. All I can see now is just all of the films that you think are better than Children of Men. Cowboys and Aliens. Pixels. Daddy Day Camp. Uncharted. Mr. Magoo. The live action adaptation of Mr. Magoo is better than Children of Men. One of the best Alfonso Cuarón films ever put to celluloid. What? Two of the Jurassic World films. I take back every nice thing I've said about you so far. I think that's the one from 2019. What is? Mr. Magoo? No, it's from 1997, yo. Oh, The Lion King. Yeah, that is the newer Lion King. This is the thing, man. Every time you see this poster, just assume that it's the new one and a low rating. I don't think anyone in their right mind would ever think that the original Lion King is that low. Except now I have to look at Children of Men getting a half star again and realize that not all people in this world are reasonable people. I don't even want to look at your top ones, but I guess I'm gonna. Probably gonna be some Lego bullshit up there too. What do we got here? Hey, Rio Bravo 5 stars. You don't see that very often. Wait, what is this? Oh, Blues Brothers. That's a different poster for Blues Brothers than I was expecting. What else we got going on here? Footloose at 4 stars. The Big Boss at 4 stars. Yeah, I expect to see some Bruce Lee up here in the high ones. Ooh, Chinatown. Fuck Roman Polanski. I get to say it once per week. Yeah, not a lot here that I'm going to argue with or say bad things about. Nothing really sticks out. Hey, look at that. Playtime. We got a man of distinction here, except for the fact that you gave Children of Men a half star, Benjamin. I'm going to have nightmares about that. I'm going to fucking throw up later, I think. Good God. All right, Benjamin. I think that's all I'm going to do. I hope that was to your liking. I hope that you got some good film opinions out of that for stuff that you can see in the future. And thank you so much for supporting the channel by allowing me to say mean things to you. It's kind of weird that this is like almost a job for me, you know? Just bullying people on the internet and they pay for the privilege. It's kind of like I'm a dominatrix. Did someone make that comparison last week? That I'm kind of like a dominatrix in this way. Like people just expect me to call them like a bad boy and tell them how bad they've been, how naughty their film choices are. It's kind of a weird thing that I'm doing. But at the same time, it's also kind of fun. So, looking now at TM's profile, trying to find that through line. This is a difficult one. This is another difficult one. Although, what are you? Oh, yeah. Haven't seen it. Shit. I'm not sure what to say about this one. Oh, no. See, this is the thing that I dread, that someone's going to pay for a roast, and I just got nothing. TJ has a new profession now. I don't have a job right now. This is my only profession. Which probably means I should be live streaming a lot more, to be honest. But all right. Yeah, I mean, you've got lists, but like, it's so... Okay, well, let me look at the list. Let me take a quick look at the list. Ooh, they're ranked lists. Interesting. That could be somewhere to go. All right, let's see what we can do here. Although it's tough. This is just tough. All right. Game face, everybody. Let's go. Now we're looking at TM, the roast of Trademark. The annoying thing. That means that we can't use Mickey Mouse in anything ever, except for the original Steamboat Willie, which is coming into the public domain in 2024. I'm super excited to change every single thing about this channel into Steamboat Willie themed stuff and confuse people enough that they think that I am in fact Disney, and then probably Ron DeSantis tries to sue me or something. That is my goal for 2024. Really looking forward to that. And here on TM's Letterboxd profile page, Steamboat TJ, we have Raging Bull, A Bittersweet Life, Open Your Eyes, and Lost Highway. And have I even seen Lost Highway? Yes, I have. Okay. There's one Lynch film that I haven't seen. Two Lynch films I haven't seen. I always need to confirm which ones they are. So yeah, Raging Bull, Lost Highway, good movies. I can't even roast you for only having American films on here because you have A Bittersweet Life, which is Korean, and Open Your Eyes, which is Spanish? I know that Penelope Cruz is in it. Spanish and French and Italian, language of Spanish. And I know that someone else also, and maybe it was you, TM, maybe it was you, someone else in the roasting list has Open Your Eyes in the top 4. And I had to look up that movie to make sure that that wasn't the one where Penelope Cruz is underage doing a sex scene where she bears all, because I was definitely going to take a strip out of your ass if that was the case. But I don't think this is the one. Why don't we just double check? When was Penelope Cruz born? 74, 97, so she would have been 23 in this one. So no, this is in fact not that film. I think that's a film that she did with Javier Bardem way back in the day. Anyways, what do we roast? What do we roast here? Ooh, there are lists. Ranked lists. I like that. Why don't we start off with Kubrick ranked? Because right off the bat, this is incorrect. For those of you who know, for those of you who saw recently the TJ ranks, or TJ's list of the best films of all time, a totally complete ranking, you will know that I hold Eyes Wide Shut in very high esteem. Very high esteem. And I will say right off the bat that Eyes Wide Shut is obviously better than Paths of Glory. For a director who is so exacting as Stanley Kubrick, the fact that there's audio mistakes and shit that they just did poorly in that film, I think should knock it almost all the way down to the bottom. So yeah, Shining should absolutely also be higher, as should 2001: A Space Odyssey. I like Barry Lyndon. I do. But it ain't number one. It ain't number one. It ain't number one, Jack. I'm going to pretend that TM stands for Jack. Eyes Wide Shut is the best closing line. That's true. Maybe that's the reason why I hold it in such high regard, because when I saw it for the first time, I had a huge crush on Nicole Kidman. I think the ending line of that film is, "We need to fuck." And I was like, you took the words right out of my mouth, Nicole Kidman. And then, yeah. Sorry, I just smell something burning. It's probably something from another apartment, so it's fine. The alarm won't go off for another few minutes. So let's look at Tarantino. Let's look at Tarantino ranked. Didn't he? Oh, right. I was just thinking about quote unquote Tarantino's 10th film being his last film, and I'm like, why are there 10 films here? But yeah, Kill Bill 1 and 2 are being counted as 2 films. I always forget that that's the case. Hey, look at that. I've watched 100% of these. So Inglourious Basterds is Quentin Tarantino's best film. And having Pulp Fiction in the number 1 spot is just so... when I went to university, people had this poster up in their dorm rooms. I had that poster up in my dorm room. And even then it felt basic as fuck. As someone who hadn't taken a single film class in their entire life, I knew that when I bought the poster for Pulp Fiction, I was being basic as fuck. And seeing it here as number 1 is just like, oh man, have a goddamn personality, you know? Make some decisions for yourself. Actually tell me what the best one is. You know what? Zombies Ate My Arm. If Jackie Brown were number 1 on here, I probably would be a little less or a little bit more lenient. But, you know. Inglourious Basterds should be number 2. Or excuse me, should be number 1. Kill Bill Volume 2, I think you could probably put that ahead of Volume 1. It's so weird seeing a Tarantino film in last place, even though I know this is only a list for Tarantino films. I think that probably The Hateful Eight should... Actually, no, Death Proof should be last. Yeah, Death Proof should be last. What the hell? Should I rewatch Jackie Brown? Probably. Probably. If you've ever been bored watching a film, you were probably just, like, bored to begin with, or, like, tired. You know, not all movies are designed to, like, make you laugh and bring you out and, like, make you all energized and shit, right? Some of them actually require attention. So, yeah. Maybe just watch it again. Reservoir Dogs being that low is also kind of weird. I'd probably put Reservoir Dogs over Django and over Jackie Brown, personally. It's not rude. And also, I'm supposed to be rude right now. This is a roast. All right, let's look at Scorsese right here. There's probably going to be a little bit more to say. Actually, shit, I think you might have gotten it. So you haven't seen all of Scorsese's films then, obviously. Kind of weird to be doing a ranked thing if you haven't seen all of Scorsese's films. Because, like, what are you missing here? Was King of Comedy in that list? Oh, yeah, it was. He's done more features than 17, right? He's done feature documentaries at the beginning of his career. So I don't think this is all of Scorsese, which automatically means it's a useless list. I personally would have Casino higher. I would have Casino higher here. I would have it over The Irishman and After Hours, and probably over Mean Streets, if we're being honest. I would have Raging Bull first. Taxi Driver second. Goodfellas in 3 is fine. King of Comedy over Irishman. Actually, a lot of things over The Irishman. Gangs of New York I'd put over The Irishman for sure. I do kind of love Gangs of New York because that was part of like TJ figuring out he was a cinephile phase, like buying a used DVD of Gangs of New York in like 2003, and that was back in the days when DVDs had to come out. Like if it was a long movie, there was 2 DVDs in the case. That was my experience watching Gangs of New York, and I was like, wow, this is bigger than other films. You know, back then Gangs of New York was like a blockbuster-esque film. Back in the good old days. And also Shutter Island is too low. Although I don't know what I would put it over. Apparently Tim Burton was supposed to direct After Hours, but when he heard that Scorsese wanted it, he backed off. I mean, yeah, you gotta respect the man. Martin Scorsese is the patron saint of filmmaking, or at least one of them. And it's kind of sad that I've only seen 12 out of these 17 films. What ones haven't I seen? King of Comedy, After Hours, Cape Fear. I haven't seen Cape Fear? Weird. But I gotta get back to roasting, don't I? Although I don't know if there's anything else left here to roast. Ooh, let's turn that back off. Alright. So things that you need to see. I mean, it's so crazy to me that you have like a list of Scorsese films ranked, 17 in all, but you haven't seen RoboCop? RoboCop? It's so good. And look, Children of Men, do not believe the person who gave it a half star. Children of Men is dope and great and awesome, and you should watch it. I'm probably going to be watching the original Dark Water soon, actually. I still need to see that. The remake, not great, but it is a Jennifer Connelly film if memory serves, so it can't be all that bad. Hey. All That Jazz. That's in my top 50 list. So is Y Tu Mama Tambien. So watch those. So is The Conformist. So watch that. Wait a minute. This is all just film school stuff for the most part. The kind of things that I expect to see in a film school type list. Phantom of Paradise, that's also in the top 50. I shouldn't be calling it a top 50. It's like a top 53 at this point. I'm just going to be adding to it more, but you've got someone decided that Satoshi Kon was worth watching, I guess, by putting those two on. And by the someone, I mean you. Touch of Zen, you can skip that. It's not that great, in my personal opinion. I guess I was expecting a little bit something different out of it. Millennium Mambo, if I was in that World Cinema class, I didn't see that one because I didn't see Millennium Mambo for the first time until a couple of weeks ago. I Am Cuba. I feel like I know that film. Ooh, The Apartment. Yeah, watch The Apartment. Watch Dial M for Murder. Ooh, American History X. God, that's a tough one to watch. Mostly for that one scene. You know what I'm talking about. Even if you've never seen it, you know. I'm going to do a quick check-in here to see if there's any ridiculousness. I'm having trouble finding things to roast about you, TM. I'm sorry. Yes, The Curb. No one likes the Curb scene. Even just thinking about it makes my skin crawl. Um, I'm just gonna hand the rest of this roast over to Eli. As soon as I saw half star for Requiem, it was like, uh oh. But you know what? Maybe TM just isn't into movies where women get forced to go ass to ass by a drug dealer and it's super fucking traumatizing. Maybe that's the case. Maybe he doesn't like Jared Leto because Jared Leto's a cult leader. You know, there's many reasons why you might, out of spite, give Requiem for a Dream a half star. Although I think, oh god, man, Eli's gonna hunt some of you guys down. Wait, Avengers Endgame is here at 1 star as well. Oh shit, Avatar here as well. Yo, there's some films here that I wouldn't expect. Oh my god. Oh, no, I just love this. Now that I know that like Requiem is the only thing you've given a half star to, is just making this even more hilarious. Like, you straight up think that the Da Vinci Code is a better film than Requiem for a Dream, but just by a little bit, just by a scotch. Also, Ad Astra to 1 star. This is all over the place, which I kind of respect. It makes me think that you're coming at this from like an actual place of like, you're not allowing popular opinion to influence like what gets rated what, right? Like, what's another good example of this? Like The Spirit at 1 star, but also, I mean, I kind of just have to go back to Ad Astra at 1 star, or Brave for 1 star, or Avatar for 1 star. Like, these are films that are typically seen as being like pretty good. Avengers Endgame 1 star, like that's wild. So I feel like there's some personality going on here. Thank you very much to Paige for the super chat. I will be roasting you in just a minute. Just got to see if there's anything else ridiculous in here. Also, 2 stars for Rogue One. Bad. Bad. Do not give Rogue One 2 stars. The last ending battle sequence is worth a 3.5 star on its own. So what do we got here at your 5 stars? Anything sticking out as being ridiculous? I like how you have Cure here. Hey, looks, he's not an Aronofsky hater. He's got Black Swan there, right there at 5 stars. Hey, I see Apocalypse Now. That's always going to make me happy. Memories of a Murder. That also makes me happy. What else we got going on here? Hey, Eyes Wide Shut. Man, I'm just seeing all of my favorite movies all of a sudden with 5 stars. Oh, that's fascinating. Juice at 4.5. The Tupac Shakur film. That's one you don't expect to see show up with 4.5 stars, but that's cool. That's cool. Now, I will say that, like, the thing that I was saying before about how you are going a little bit against the grain and you're not listening to popular opinion, like, you know, Pulp Fiction at a 5 star, Citizen Kane at a 5 star, Casablanca 5 star, all basic, all super basic. But then you got something here like Dogville, which is, even for a Lars von Trier film, I feel like is not that well known and well seen, and you got it here with a 5, which isn't all right. You know, I don't want to sit here too long and say like, how dare you think that Dogville is a better film than Blue Velvet by a 0.5 star. That just doesn't seem like a good use of time. But yeah, fascinating. All right, TM, I think that's about all I can do for you. Hopefully I've given you at least somewhat of a roast, and that you've got some films. You know what you're going to be watching next. So now we got Paige, and like, I'll just say something because I think it needs to be said. Pretty much every single person that I've roasted in this series has been a dude. And I check my like activity. Like, if you follow me on Letterboxd, and I'll show you guys this. This is what my activity thing looks like. Obviously right now, people are asking me to roast the balls off of them, or just saying, hi, sure, roast me. I enjoy movies. I don't critique movies. And I'm not going to be looking at these people yet. They're in the line. They're well down it. But when I'm like looking through the people who are following me, it's just dudes. It's just dudes. And I feel like, I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like Letterboxd is a very, very dude-centric website. And so the fact, Paige, that you have come forward and you've offered me a little bit of cash to roast the hell out of you. Like, I just appreciate the fact that there are women on this site. Thank you. Thank you. So, what is Paige all about? Let's find out. Interesting. Ooh, I gotta check something first. I do love clicking on links when people put their links in here, but like when it's social media, I gotta be careful because I don't wanna dox nobody. Wait, what are these concerts you've been to? This is Pin Shot. Who the fuck is the Concrete Jungle? Heart Support Fest? What? Who are these bands? Oh, Spirit Box. I know Spirit Box. Nice. All right, so you're a little bit of a metalhead, perhaps. I like to see that. Why aren't you putting the names of the bands here? Okay, Dethrone. Yeah, these look mostly like metal bands. All right, I'm gaining information. This is why Coin is forever? What the fuck? Oh, the name of the band is Coin. Yeah, I have no idea who that is. Looks like we got some emo night stuff going on. All right, Paige. I feel like I've gotten enough here. I'm mostly just going to like talk shit about how your top 4 are not metal enough at this point. Just giving you a little bit of a preview. Vince 2K, you're actually in the line for today, but if people keep cutting, I'm probably not going to get to you. And by cutting, I mean giving me money, which means that you guys are awesome. So please keep doing that if you want to and to jump the line. But yeah, Vince, I can see you. You're like 4th in line right now, but I'm not going to get there unless I roast the hell out of Paige, also known as Stranger Best, which does not make a good gosh darn piece of sense anyways. And having looked at Paige's Instagram, which I am not going to show you, this is an accurate representation of how fucking pale she is. All right. So for the favorite films, we've got Little Miss Sunshine, Prisoners, Good Time, and Oakjaw. And by half of these films, or 3 of these films, I can tell that you are actually not into having good times. Oakjaw is depressing as fuck. Prisoners is depressive as fuck. Good Time is depressive as fuck. I feel like Little Miss Sunshine is just the movie that you put on after you have put yourself into such a deep, dark hole after watching what these favorite films actually are. I can completely imagine someone coming away from Prisoners and saying, I need a little bit of joy in my life, and that's why you have Little Miss Sunshine as your top film. It's the comfort film, the one that you can come back from. Unfortunately, beyond that, there isn't much else to roast in your profile, except for the fact that you live in Florida. My condolences. So why don't we take a look at the watch list and see what's going on in here. I like how you have Barbie already. That's a good thing. A Good Person is a movie you can probably skip. But what's going on in here? It seems like, okay, this is interesting. You seem very into horror films for the most part. I'm seeing lots of horror films. Housebound, good one. Housebound is actually a good one. It's very underrated. I wish more people would see it. It's from New Zealand. It's New Zealand. You could pretend. It's like pretending to watch international film because it is one, but you don't need to read subtitles. It's great. What else we got going on in here? Ooh, Blonde. You are into horror films. Let's go to the very last one. Yeah, okay. Those are also all movies. All right. We're just gonna have to start going through the highest and lowest. Is there going to be anything interesting here? You have nothing rated below a 1.5 star. That is very generous. That is very generous. That's probably why you like watching my content, because you're a very generous person. I don't always make the best stuff, so I'm glad that I even have a small audience watching me right now. What else is going on here? Is everything just loaded to the front? Yeah, everything's like a 4-star and above. Wait, oh no, sorry, this is average rating. I clicked on the wrong thing. I fucked up. You gave Carrie 0.5 star? Bro, oh, that's the remake. That's the remake. Okay. I was just about to... It's just, after you see Requiem for a Dream with a 0.5 star, it just and like Children of Men with a half star, you just stop trusting people, you know? You just stop trusting people. Prisoners is the American version of Memories of Murder. Holy shit, that's kind of true, isn't it? I never put that together. Yeah. Yeah. Although Hugh Jackman doesn't play a cop in Prisoners, yeah, they kind of are the same thing. Is it a remake? Is Bong Joon-ho credited in Prisoners? That's fascinating. Huh. The more you know. I always thought 7 was. No. No. The Real Guy Memories of Murder, I remember, was found out recently. That's good. That's good. Wait a minute, he's onto something. Right? No, that's legit. That's legit. I think that's true. Prisoners and Memories of a Murder have a lot to do with one another narratively. What else we got going down in here? I feel like I'm just going to have to go to the top end because there's not a lot of stuff here that I can complain about. Tall Girl is low. The Purge is low. The original Suicide Squad is low. You just haven't ranked a lot of films, eh? What's up with that? What's up with that? Only 316? Come on, Paige. They must have movie theaters somewhere in Florida. I know it's a reeking cesspool, but they must have movie theaters somewhere. Heathers deserves more than 3 stars. Well, Brianna, you are perhaps a tad biased in that regard. Let's go now to the highest first. Spirited Away, okay. Given giving individual Black Mirror episodes rankings, I don't know about that. Kind of seems like you're trying to inflate the count here. Like, you're already low at 316 films, but like adding in just episodes of television? Yeah, I'm not a fan of that personally. The only reason I have Twin Peaks Season 3 in my thing is because it literally was supposed to be an 18-hour long film. So I can justify it in that way. Yo, okay. Paige, I think really, I don't want to go too hard on you actually, even though I know that you paid for this, because just based on what you're ranking stuff and rating stuff, I think you're just getting into and figuring out and expanding your horizons when it comes to film. Like when I see something like Dune and the French Dispatch on the same rank, and especially on the same rank with Shang-Chi, and then also on the same rank as There Will Be Blood, like you gotta watch a lot more stuff, I think. And then some of these are likely going to change. I feel like I just need to be supportive right now. I don't really want to be mean. I've lost my ability to talk shit, which sucks because that's the entire reason why everyone is here. I haven't seen Beautiful Boy, but 5 stars? I shouldn't say anything. I haven't actually seen it. Yeah, I don't know, Paige. I'm sorry. I'm not getting a lot of roasty stuff here. Ooh, 2023 films ranked. Maybe we can get something there. Only 11? What are you doing on this live stream? You only watched 11 films from 2023? What? Wait a second. These movies aren't from 2023. Oh, movies I've watched in 2023. You've only watched 11 movies in 2023? Man, I do this in a weekend sometimes. Okay, Brent, you've only seen like 5, but you actually secretly hate movies. Excuse me, you actually secretly hate movies, so that's the reason. Not a fan of Skinamarink, eh? How dare you hate on Canadian cinema like that? Don't you know that I am Canadian and I find this to be personally offensive as a Canadian? Just kidding, I couldn't give a shit. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah. I was hoping that was going to be... Wait, Paul Dano films ranked. Really? I have not seen this kind of a list anywhere on the internet before. Paul Dano was in Taking Lives? Really? One of the many films where Angelina Jolie is an FBI agent or a cop? Wait, isn't this the one where she has to go? Yeah! Oh, this is sick. Okay, so there are like a couple of films that like really go hard on telling you that they are like being shot in Canada, and this is one of them. So recruited to assist Montreal police in their desperate search for a serial killer, because of course Canadian law enforcement can't get their act together without the help of an American. obviously. Um, yeah, so there's this film and also The Jackal with Bruce Willis. Like, it goes real hard on letting you know that they are in Canada. Like, I never really noticed it up until now, but like, imagine Die Hard, where like every fifth word is Bruce Willis just saying Los Angeles. That's kind of like what The Jackal is. And I think it's also Montreal. It's just kind of like, he's in Montreal. We need to get to Montreal. And it's like, God, they're saying Montreal a lot. Did the city of Montreal like pay for this movie? Also, The Jackal is kind of great. It has a really ridiculous moment in it. And it has Jack Black in it in an early acting role. It was about the same time when he was doing like an episode of The X-Files, so no one really knew what was going on with him. Also, Looper, Lower Than Night and Day, is some of the stupidest shit I've ever seen. That's just dumb. Looper literally opened the International Film Festival of Toronto, also known as IFT, or TIFF if you say it the right way, the Toronto International Film Festival. Great movie by Mr. Rian Johnson, and should absolutely be existing above Wildlife, Where the Wild Things Are, Taking Lives, and Night and Day. Like, Night and Day, when the hell was Paul Dano in Night and Day, for one? Also, when will Tom Cruise get a haircut? I don't know, but I don't think he's gotten one since like Mission Impossible 2. He's just enamored. Just enamored with this floppy hair nonsense that looks like, you know, he's one bad dye job away from being part of a 90s boy band. See, I can still do the roasts. It's just no longer pointed at you guys anymore, and I'm sorry for that. But yeah, Looper, put it higher. It's so good. It's basically live action Akira eventually. And Oakjaw's pretty great. All right, Paige. Thank you very much for donating. Thank you very much for being a subscriber of the channel. I hope you're a subscriber of the channel. And thank you very much to Ryan for donating. But I'll be getting to your roast in a second. But that's, I think, all the roasting I can do here. Yeah, you know what really throws me off is when people just throw in Little Miss Sunshine, and it's like, what? What do I do? What do I do with this? So now Ryan, jumping to the head of the line, really getting into the spirit of this capitalism thing that I'm doing on this with this live stream. Hey, hate to ask, but where am I in the queue? If you're not, unless your YouTube name and your Letterboxd name are different. I mean, if they're the same thing, you're not in the queue for today. And I'm probably, I'm not going to get to so many people. God damn it. I think I've only done like 3 that were in the queue proper. Yeah. Oh my God. People keep giving me money. I don't know what to do. Thank you, though. Thank you. Thank you so much for donating to the channel. I appreciate the hell out of it. God damn it. All right. I'm going to have to just go old school on this one because you guys aren't leaving me much of a choice. Ooh, I think I could probably... Okay. I have thoughts forming. But Zoe, I unfortunately have no idea where you are in the queue. Unless your name is like Dolly Zoom 1, in which case you're further in the queue. That was the only thing I saw that had a Z in it. So, yeah. And yes, the proper pronunciation is Z. I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball Z, specifically. Anyways. Let us now move on to the roast of RM Bench. Bench. What kind of name is that? A bad one, I'm going to say. Does the R stand for Ryan? Ryan M. Bench. Ryan Bench. Anyways, Mr. Ryan, Mr. Bench, is coming in here with a profile picture of what I can only assume is Che Guevara if he had a bastard child with Dr. Disrespect. I can hear the moaning and cursing over the synthwave playing right now. And I guess we're supposed to expect that this person is watching something in 3D, even though glasses like that haven't existed for about a century, you old ass fuck. Now moving on to the favorite films. My goodness. I haven't had to say this today, but it looks like we've got a basic Criterion bitch on our hands. Chungking Express, In the Mood for Love, and Wild Strawberries. Stalwarts of the Criterion Collection. And you want me to expect you that have these as your favorite films instead of you, I don't know, picking them randomly out of a hat alongside other classic films like Citizen Kane. Come on now. You ain't fooling anybody and you're not impressing anybody. Put some goddamn personality into your favorite films. You're embarrassing yourself. Now, what else we got going on in this profile? Looks like you're rating most things at 3 stars, which just says to me that you're a coward. And you gave Scream 6 okay, that's actually kind of fair. I lost it. I lost the roast. Wait, what was that? Recent lists. Foreign language films. All right. I'm going to be straight with you, man. Mr. RM Bench, Mr. Ryan. Someone needs to tell you this. Someone needs to have a personal conversation with you. There are more than 73 non-English language films. I know. It's a hot take. It's something that I know is going to get me in trouble. But my God, someone needs to say it out loud, and I'm tired of being quiet about it. There are, in fact, more than 73 non-English language films. Why is this even a list? You could just go into the geography map on Letterboxd, not include Canada, the United States, Australia, New Zealand, and Britain, and Ireland, and Scotland, and there you go. Every other film left will be non-English language. What is this? Is this just meant to be a watch list stand-in? In which case, why are you fetishizing non-English language films? That doesn't make any sense. It can't be a watch list either because you have 3 of your favorites in it. I feel like maybe, just maybe, you caught on to this live stream happening 3 seconds ago, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna get roasted, and you made this profile in 2 seconds. So let's now go on to the films and see what the real egregious bullshit is, because I got a feeling that there's gonna be some. Okay, I know that no one else here is gonna be on my side when I say this, but Highlander, a half star? You must be joking. The camera work in that film alone is worth a 1.5. Add on to that someone just saying there can only be one before beheading someone else. So good. Also, it's got fucking, what's his name, Clancy Brown in it as the most badass villain you will ever see in your life. Name a better villain than Clancy Brown III in Highlander. You cannot. This is a cinematic crime, I do declare. Just as is giving Liar Liar only 1 star. Are you allergic to laughing? Do you not like to have a good time? Do you not even enjoy Liar Liar, or Jim Carrey giving one of the best performances of his life? The man acts his ass off in this. He is essentially doing the cinematic equivalent of when wrestlers wrestle inanimate objects like a broom. That's what Jim Carrey does in this film. And he does it so well that I'll say it out loud. Probably should have won an Oscar for it. But the Oscars, they don't like comedy, and apparently neither do you. And that's a shame. That's a goddamn shame. I'm back, baby. Yeah, I guess I'm back. Sorry. Don't know why I had to say that with a deep voice. Because my voice is already deep. Iron Man, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, a 2-star. I mean, honestly, aside from Iron Man, you know what? Iron Man, Black Panther, I probably put a bit higher than that. Doctor Strange can fuck off, though. Okay. Wait, what is this? Garth Marenghi's Dark Place? Brianna, you know what this is, don't you? Oh, it's a Richard Ayoade thing. 142 minutes? The hell is this? I recognize Matt Berry because he's incredible. For those of you who watch What We Do in Shadows, the TV series, you'll know Matt Berry well. And also the IT Crowd. Wait, you got a Soviet film in here? Man with the Movie Camera, 5 stars. I knew it. You're just giving 5 stars to all the classics, man. Come on. Was that an unintentional John Wick reference? No, it was very intentional, actually. And I'll give you credit. La Jetée at 5 stars is correct, but it also doesn't make me think that you're not just giving 5 stars to all the classic films. Like Vertigo, Mulholland Drive, Graduate, all the Criterion films. I'm glad you're getting good use out of your Criterion channel subscription. But also, there's lots of other cool shit on there. I've been watching some of the erotic thrillers on Criterion channel. My goodness. There's some sexy goddamn movies on there. Maybe they're not, knocked down all timers like Eyes Wide Shut or La Samurai, but you get to see a boob occasionally, and you can't say that. I was just about to say you can't say that about Eyes Wide Shut, but actually you can. But you can't say that about Vertigo. Weird thing about Hitchcock. Totally fetishizes women, never puts a boob in his film. The fuck is up with that? Aside from the strict censorship he was always working under up until, like, I don't know, the mid-60s. Can I get a shout out for boobs in the chat, by the way? I want to turn this into the most juvenile live stream I've ever done. Let's see here. Anything else that stands out? Not really. Not really. Please watch other Bergman films. I see you have Seven Seal here at 4.5 stars. That will quickly change as soon as you see some of his other better work. And yeah, there are better Bergman films than Seven Seal. The Criterion Collection lied to you. What are you talking about? The 39 Steps was full of boobs. I mean, who can forget that classic sequence where the female lead in 39 Steps runs up the 39 steps without her top on? That's why they call it the 39 Steps. There are 39 very distinct up-down movements of the breasts. It's a classic for a reason. Hitchcock has boobs in Psycho, I think. No nipples, though. No nipples. I think... Okay. I'll get back to you in a second, but I think this is a conversation that we need to have in full screen. When it comes to boobs being in film, I only consider the boob being in the film to say that the film includes a boob or a breast, if you want to be a bit more formal about it, when you see the nipple. Otherwise, you can just look at like any film from 1975 onwards that just has a beach shot in it. You're going to be seeing side boob all over the place. That's not a boob. I mean, it is a boob, but it's not a boob in the film. You know what I'm saying? As a boob owner, I disagree. I'm just so sick and tired of all these boob owners trying to tell us what boobs are. And suddenly I pivot to being a Daily Wire channel. Bro is talking facts. Thank you. Now, I don't want to diminish the awesomeness of the side boob or the top boob or the very rare under boob, but we do need to be honest with ourselves, and that a film that simply has a little bit of side boob is not a film that has nudity in it, in which case I wouldn't consider it to be a film that has boobs in it. Even though, just in the same way that, like, when I'm watching, I love this. People are just like, well said, TJ. This is a very good conversation about breasts that you're having. But like, even if like I'm watching, a John Wayne movie, and like I know that guy's got a swinging dick underneath his pants, doesn't mean there's dicks in the film. You got to see the dick for there to be a dick in the film. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. And I'm tired of pretending otherwise. Anyways, back to Ryan. I don't think there's anything egregious here, though. You can make some not qualification, but like some comparison remarks, like putting Bad Education on the same tier as like Whiplash, like that's wrong. That's just a wrong opinion. But at the same time, I feel like you're probably just at the start of trying to figure out like what you're into with films, because you're kind of just mostly tracking down like all of the ones that people like. A lot of these things will be at the top of lists if you look up very specific lists, like even Clueless, right? Like that's going to be at the top of the list for like best film of the 90s or best film that like is the 90s, Clue, best mystery comedy film, like it's going to be on that list. Wet Hot American Summer, best, cult comedy that you've never heard of. It seems like you're kind of just like making your way through lists, and that's fine. But eventually you're going to have to start doing things like I do, which is, I'll just go to my diary real quick, where I just like go see random ass stuff at my local theaters. Like, look at this. 9 months? You guys don't know what that is. Joyland? You don't know what that is. The Inheritance? You've never fucking heard of it. The Mafu Cage? I didn't even know this film existed before I saw it. All the Breves? That was nominated for an Oscar, and this is the first time you've ever heard about it. The Pope's Exorcist? I kind of wanted to get a sequel, but mostly for fun reasons. Yo, funny thing about The Pope's Exorcist. I'm just gonna let you guys all know this. In this movie, they figure out a way of blaming the Spanish Inquisition on Satan. Incredible. Incredible film. Gonna head out now, TJ, to watch Failsafe for the Weekly Movie Challenge. Have a great night. Hell yeah, Failsafe. Also, Last Seduction on Criterion Channel. I know you have Criterion Channel right now. Everyone who does should watch The Last Seduction. It's a really good neo-noir. Sexy neo-noir as well. It has the actress who some of you, at least one of you, will remember as being the lead actress in Dogma. This woman right here. And also the lead in Men in Black. I forgot about that. But yeah, great. And I only mention this because we were just talking about it. It is a boob film. And instead of calling these boob films from now on, I'm going to revert back to what some of my friends referred to and what I referred to as films that included nudity back when I was in film school. We refer to them as cinema de tit. So that's what I'll now be referring to them as. The Last Seduction is in the canon of cinema de tit. Just so you're aware. All right, Ryan, that's my roast of you. There's no one else in the queue in terms of super chats, so I'm just gonna get back to getting through and by getting through, I mean roasting people who have asked desperately to be roasted. Brianna, you missed those conversations? Yeah, that was more of a with my roommates type conversation. I don't think I was walking into my film my film theory class and declaring to a room that was a majority women and saying, "Ah, yes, another inclusion in the great canon of cinema de tit." I had a little bit more self-awareness than that. Not anymore, though. Not now that I'm on the internet and I'm saying something that will exist forever on a website that's used by 2 billion people, I am just way more comfortable saying cinema de tit. All right. So let me just look at this. Okay. I already know how I'm going to start roasting this person. First of all, their name is Woods, and woods are scary. The Blair Witch is in the woods. Why the fuck would you name yourself after the woods? And also, what is up with this little dog? Is this dog afraid? Is this dog concerned? What are they afraid of? Or are they just kind of high? Why did you get your dog high? Is it because you're from Texas and that's what you have to do for fun down there? I guess there's not a lot of time left over once you've finished completely obliterating the rights of the LGBTQ plus community. Asshole. Once again, these are roasts, all in good fun. I don't know if you're a transphobe or not, but maybe you are. Anyways, let's look at the favorite films. And honestly, Tangled? Tangled? What in the Disney ass bullshit is this? You are aware that company has been putting out awesome and incredible animated films for like 100 years, right? And you go with Tangled. Now that I say that out loud, is it actually a Disney film? Did I just fuck that up? It's a Disney film, right, guys? Right? Okay, it's a Disney film. Whew. So yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. Also, is Toy Story 3 considered to be the best Toy Story? Is that kind of like a thing that everyone decided on? Because I don't remember ever having that conversation, and it seems like there are some people who also agree with that. You also, I will just say, seem to be over-indexing quite a bit on animated films here, Toy Story 3, Fantastic Mr. Fox, and Tangled, which normally I would just be like, oh, look at this person who is emotionally stunted and they can't find any joy in life and they can only find it in the in the films that they watch. But then you have like Banshees of Inisherin, which is not a look on the bright side type movie. I would say it is the Uno reverse card of that. So a little bit of confusion here, which I can understand living in Texas. It must be strange, honestly, living in a place that is so hell-bent on destroying an entire group of people, while also like just allowing a lot of politicians to be corrupt as fuck and ruin your life. That must be weird. That must be weird. I can see why you would need to look on the bright side of things. Also, who is Yuri from Red Velvet? Is that a K-pop thing? Do we have a K-pop person in the chat? Cool. Please send out the link to this live stream to all of your millions of followers. I would enjoy that. So let's see. Not a lot of lists. I'm going to do the films first, and I'm going to get to the watch list. Let's see. What do we got in here? What do we got their highest first? 12 Angry Men. All right, it's basic. It's all basic shit. Over the Hedge is 4.5 stars. All right, never mind. It's not all basic. There's some stupid things in here too. Over the Hedge apparently is on the same level as Toy Story. And on the same level as Everything Everywhere All at Once. And on the same level as the original Shazam, which is also on the same level as Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2. I'm almost stun-locked, you know? Like, how do you reconcile this? Witness for the Prosecution and Over the Hedge? A Sesame Street movie? Follow That Bird from 1985? I'm not going to say anything bad about Kung Fu Panda because I haven't seen it yet. But, like, what? What? Oh, okay. Super Mario Brothers movie at 4 stars. Right beside La Jetée at 4 stars. I am enraged at that. I am livid. I am very disappointed in you, Woods. God, imagine this was James Woods. I imagine there'd be a lot of older films in here if that was the case. Because that guy's old. I don't even know why I said that. Who the fuck cares about James Woods? Right, Brianna? Yeah, exactly. I do need to see Kung Fu Panda. I probably will. When I get back to making the review roast things, and I'm probably just mostly going to be focusing on DreamWorks movies again. Obviously, Kung Fu Panda. Ooh, I wonder how many awesome people have made that pun in their Kung Fu Panda reviews. But yeah, Kung Fu Panda and the How to Train a Dragon films are on the top of my list for doing that. If I actually get back to it. Honestly, I think I might just play Vampire Survivors on stream tomorrow. Like, I don't really give a shit. I'll save that for later. I was about to go into an oh woe is me kind of thing, but I'm not going to. Only one film with 1 star. That's a red flag. That is a red flag, right? You guys understand what I'm saying there, right? Like, look at this. Out of 376 films, only one film is a 1 star. That's suspicious. That is suspicious. I guess maybe they're trying to look on the good side of things. Hold on. 376 films watched, and only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 15 of them are under a 3.5 star. That's not looking on the bright side of things. That's being delusional. That's the kind... Wait, am I doing... No, this is Woods' rating. Holy shit. The 4.5 stars start at the bottom of this page. So if there's like 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Wait, I can just... Why am I doing the math on this? It'll just say on their goddamn front thing. So like 31%, 23%, well over half of the films are 4 star and above. That's sussy. That's super sussy. Super sussy. It's unrealistically optimistic. Thank you. That's true. Have yourselves a good night, Josephine. Hope you enjoyed your roast or compliment session as it was. I appreciate people who unapologetically like stuff, but this is strange. Yeah, I agree. I very much agree. There's too much positivity. I know that we need more positivity in the world, but that's just way too goddamn much positivity. No. I want to wait. Did they say anything? All right. They were just like, it'd be cool if you roasted me. All right. So who's up next? Sebastian. Ooh, shit. Oh, fuck. Sometimes I do preview these a little bit and I'm like, oh, I know what I'm going to say. And I think I had one for this. I think it was more just like disbelief. All right. Actually, if Vince 2K is still here, we might actually get to yours. You're up after this next one. And by the next one, I mean the roast of Sebastian, who is oh so desperately trying to get in my good graces by having a picture of Laura Palmer as their profile picture. What are they trying to say by having a picture of a woman, or excuse me, a teenage girl who was raped and left for dead? Actually, no, not left for dead, just left dead on a beach. I don't know. But I guess we all love a comeback story. I don't know. But I do like how they get off right on the right foot here by saying they have bad taste. Wonderful. I love it when people admit that. It makes my job so much more easy. And apparently their top 4 films are movies on my mind at the moment. And one has to wonder, if you have Laura Palmer as your little icon thing right here, what exactly is on your mind when you watch the Dario Argento film Phenomena, which features a very underage Jennifer Connelly? What's on your mind when you watch that, Laura Palmer lover? That is perhaps an interesting thread that I will not explore further, but I think the power of implication is enough. Also, what the fuck is this Pinocchio movie? 964 Pinocchio? Is this like a Japanese splatterpunk version of Pinocchio? I think it might be. Pinocchio 1964 is a memory-wiped sex slave. My God. Who is thrown out by his owners for failure to maintain an erection. So this might be a dick movie. Cinema de dick, if you please. It is unclear in what ways he has been modified beyond having no memory and being unable to communicate. He is discovered by Himiko while wandering aimlessly through the city. Himiko also has been memory wiped, possibly by the same company that produced Pinocchio, but she is fully functional. Himiko spends her days drawing maps of the city to aid other memory wiped people. Okay, drink every time I say memory wiped. Himiko takes Pinocchio home and tries to teach him to speak. After much effort, he has a breakthrough and finally becomes aware of his situation. At this point, his body erupts in an inexplicable metamorphosis, and it becomes clear that his modifications were much more involved and esoteric than simple memory loss. Himiko also begins to transform, though in a much more subtle manner. What in the fuck? Paul, you have seen this? You have seen this movie. I don't even know who the director is. I don't recognize it. Wait, have I seen these? No, I have not. Those are... Wait, have I seen these? No, okay. Those are just naturally gray, I guess. All right, this is someone who's obviously like fucking around with experimental films. Yeah. Rubber's Lover. Oh my God. At some point, you just got to ask yourself, why aren't you watching pornography? Way more surreal and less sexual than it sounds. Okay. I mean, it also, just based on this, like, was it only ever released on VHS tape? Because this is in dire need of restorations. Restorations that I personally will pay for with the money that I don't have. And then, yeah, I see that the Talking Heads documentary is here, Stop Making Sense, which, you know, which just got re-released by A24 in theaters. And I think it's probably an interesting thing to have here because based on some of these other ones, including the film As I Was Moving Ahead, occasionally I saw brief glimpses of beauty. None of this does make sense. I don't really see how these films are connected. A concert doc about the Talking Heads, a lesser Argento film that still somehow manages to have the best use of licensed music in a film ever. If I'm remembering correctly, this is the Argento film that is just all heavy metal. Like it's mostly Motorhead and Iron Maiden in this film, and it's great for that reason. I don't even know what this is though. Oh, it's a Jonas Mekas film, man. I think we need to do an intervention here. Anyone who has a 285-minute, how long is that in hours? A lot? 7? 6.5? Ish? Almost 7 hours long. A 7-hour-long Jonas Mekas experimental film, Pinocchio 964, whatever the fuck it is. I think we need to help this person. I think Sebastian needs help. And we need to provide that help to Sebastian. If you're in the chat, Sebastian, let us know. We will set up an intervention for you. We will just watch The Rock, and you will feel much better afterwards, I promise. 4.75 hours. What? Oh, yeah, I did my division wrong. Pardon me. I mean, there's a reason why I do film content and not math content, am I right? Okay, so what do we got here? Kind of surprised that you put the very experimental Pinocchio film from 2022 down at half star. I'm just kidding. This is, of course, the ridiculously not good Disney one. There's also a lot of experimental stuff down here, so it's not like you're being like super into experimental film where you're just saying like, oh, it's good, it's good, it's good. You're actually, you know, putting some thought into this, which is always good to see. Is that the newer Hellraiser or the original Hellraiser? It's the newer one. Good to see, good to see, good to see. What in the goddamn hell is Top Gunner? Oh my god, is this just like our super cheap version of Top Gun? I mean, like, of course it is. Recent graduates of a secluded U.S. Air Force base must protect a gene-editing bioweapon from the Russian military. Yo, say what you will about the asylum, but at least they had the balls to actually say out loud that the bad guys in the movie were Russians. Even the original Top Gun doesn't do that. They just say enemy fighters, and they mention that they are flying like MiG-28s. But like, maybe it's not the Soviet Union. Maybe it's not. Could be someone else. It's kind of weird. Not a lot here that I would say is completely out of the ordinary or something that I would like scoff at, that I would like pucka at. I don't even know what the pucka is supposed to mean. But I bet there's going to be some interesting stuff up top. Yeah, this is kind of fascinating. Yeah. I should have expected to see Mulholland Drive here. That's on me. I should have seen that one. I should have seen that coming. Also, like, how can I ever be mad at someone who has Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me and Twin Peaks The Return, both at 5 stars, very correct opinions. Portrait of a Lady on Fire, that's in my top 4. Wild that Singing in the Rain is here because you just don't expect to see it besides some of these other films. Yo, 4.5 stars for Clear Cut, the Canadian horror film Clear Cut. I almost feel like I know who this person is at this point. Because I used to know a guy who was like into film named Sebastian back when I lived in London. I wonder if it's the same dude. He strikes me as the kind of person who'd be into like a lot of experimental stuff while also still being cool with like Portrait of a Lady on Fire and Clear Cut and, you know, Hard Boiled and stuff. I wonder if it's the same guy. Because honestly, the only way you're watching a Canadian horror film is if you're Canadian. Or you're just watching like a David Cronenberg film and you're not in Canada. Those are the only 2 scenarios that are possible in my brain. All right. Hey, you got 4.5 stars. Nice. All right. I don't know if Mr. Vince 2K is here, but I'm going to end off with the roast of his profile since he was asking about it earlier. I'm going to see if this is actually something I can get into because I'm only going to be here for another 5 or so minutes. But don't go away just yet because there's still one more good roast to do. And if you wouldn't mind liking this live stream, I'd appreciate it. And I also have a Discord that you can join where lots of people talk about movies all the time. We've got a weekly movie watching challenge going on here being put on by people in the community. I'm not even a part of it. They just decided to do it on their own. And I was like, all right. It's like the greatest thing ever when your community just decides to leave you behind and do stuff without you. It's actually really great. So join the Discord, link in the description box below. And if you want to get roasted in the future, comment on the Letterboxd list that's listed in the description as well. And also, I'll just mention it again for Patreon subscribers who are at, I think, the $5 level or whatever it is. I'm going to be ranking my favorite films of April 2023 on Monday. So if you want to see that special live stream, please go sign up on patreon.com/Cinemateq for that. All right, so let's do this quick and dirty. I always love doing it dirty, I guess. And I bet you're saying the exact same thing too, Vince 2K, because you live in New York and that city is fucking disgusting. What is on your Rate My Music page, by the way? Oh, apparently it's Kyle MacLachlan. Does this not have anything to do with music? Okay, wait. Should I just roast his taste in music? Would that be a fun thing to do? Oh, Sam Smith, always. Dude, get the fuck off the Billboard Top 200, man. No one's impressed by this. Oh my god. Pet Shop Boys? Pet Shop Boys? Where's the Cradle of Filth? All right, I won't do this. And I'm not going to go on his Twitter just in case I end up I end up doxing him. Ooh, bio. Have you heard of Bostrom's simulation argument? Basically, it just states that future civilizations must have immense computing power, and that if even a fraction of this were to run an ancestral simulation, there's a high probability... Oh my god. Dude's just dick riding Elon Musk, but like barely. Did you know that we live in a simulation? Who gives a shit? That's not going to stop me from roasting your ass. And of course, I'm going to call out the fact that you have a movie as new as Aftersun on here. Like, I get it. Aftersun is great, but it's too new, Vince. It's too new. You gotta give these things time to percolate in your brain. Paris, Texas, Boogie Nights, Red. Those have had lots of time to percolate in your brain. Aftersun, it's too new. It's just too new. But what do you got going on in the list? Oh, God. I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of this. Look, The Social Network is a good movie. It's a really good movie. Is it the best film of the 2010s? No. Portrait of a Lady on Fire is the best film of the 2010s. Remember what I just said about percolating? Shut up. I like that you have Moonlight here. Blade Runner 2049 is probably way too high. Well, I don't even know why there's only 43 films here. I guess these are just the films that you have seen. But guys, like, other films exist besides The Social Network. We really need to start realizing this. Although okay, ranked 2000 films. The Early Blood, City of God. Yeah, this is cool. Wait, Mysterious Skin, is that? Yeah, the Greg Ackery film. Wait, did I say that right? Greg Araki. Yeah, Greg Araki. Yeah, this to me is cooler. Ooh, Primer. That's a good one. That's a good time travel movie. Ooh, his all-time favorite films. 7? Why is that number 1? That wasn't even your top 4. I call bullshit. To note that the placement and induction of each movie, motherfuckers running the Hall of Fame on Letterboxd, I guess, is listed, in my opinion. Oh, God. Okay, and this is something else that we really need to just stop doing on the internet. We all know that it's opinion. All right? If you ever want a great example of me being roasted, head on over to TikTok and take a look at this video I put up. Oh, wait, no, not this one. Yeah, this video about Renfield I did, it's also on YouTube. You've probably seen it. Just go through all these comments. Like, these guys ripped me to fucking shreds because I had the audacity to go after someone who wanted to be roasted about giving Renfield a 5-star. And so many of the takes in here are like, oh my God, it's just an opinion. Let people have fun. I know that these are opinions. We all know that these are opinions. They are the only things that we can offer about art, right? Some opinions are going to be more informed than others, but besides from that, it's all just opinion. We all know this. Stop reminding people that opinions exist. We know. We know. Also, Twin Peaks is dope. Glad that you had that here. Is there anything kind of wild and weird on here? What is this? Oh, Fallen Angels. You just had a French poster up because you're special. Okay. Yeah. This is just kind of basic stuff. That's just like your opinion, man. God damn it, Brianna. I'm next after this. Please don't bloom on me. I'm going to have to because I always finish right at 8 o'clock and I got to go right now, actually. A timely reference. Fine, it was a timely reference. Well, Vince, I hope you enjoyed that roast. It was short and sweet, and maybe I'll actually come back to Vince again next time. And don't worry, Caden, we will be getting to you oh so very soon on the next live stream. Thank you very much for everyone who joined in. I hope you enjoyed your roastings, and I hope you will join me again this coming Tuesday. I will not be live streaming on Wednesday next week. I'm going to be going on Tuesday, which maybe means I'm not going to go for only 2 hours. I'll be able to stream a bit longer than I usually do. So maybe lots and lots of roasting is going to do that. So thank you again for everyone who watched. Thank you again to everyone who donated. Please like this live stream if you can, and share this channel however well you can. The more it grows, the more financially secure I become. So thank you again, and I will see you in the next one. Have yourselves a good goddamn week and weekend and rest of your life. Hopefully. That sounded more morbid now that I'm thinking about it. Goodbye.